Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's class is all about data processing. So we will be exploring how the data is collected, organized and analyzed to uncover the valuable insights. Okay, so if you find this channel helpful, please do subscribe my channel. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. So coming to the first one, what is data processing? So while doing a research, the most important part of the research is the data that we have. Okay, we have different methods for the data collection. Okay, so here we have the raw data. We have collected the data using different method, maybe primary data collection method or the secondary data collection method. So we have the raw data right now. So now we have to convert the raw data into the meaningful information. Okay, so how do we convert the raw data into the meaningful information? So here a definition for data processing is, in research it involves the systematic conversion. Okay, systematic conversion of the raw data into a meaningful format that can be analyzed. Okay, so it has different tasks, such as the data should be collected first, then we clean the data, then code the data, we have the data analysis and the interpretation of the results. Okay, so we'll cover all the topics in this video. Okay, so this is just a brief about the data processing. Okay, now coming to the first stage. Let's see what are the stages of data processing. See, here you can see the data collection. The first stage is the data collection. First we have to collect the data, that is the raw data. Okay, now after collecting, we clean the data, we edit the data and code the data. Then after that we analyze the data, then interpret and present the data. Okay, so these are the stages of data processing. Okay, we'll cover one by one, coming to the first one, which is the data collection. Okay, so how do we collect the data? We already know that there are two methods for collecting the data. So which first one is primary data collection method and the second one is secondary data collection method. What is primary data collection method? See, primary data collection method is the method which involves gathering data directly from the source. Okay, for the research purpose, we directly gather the data. Okay, that is primary data collection. Okay, for example, there are different, the common primary data collection methods are surveys, questionnaires, or we can conduct interviews, we can observe, like we do the experiments. Okay, so that is the example for primary data collection methods. So now coming to the next one, which is secondary data collection. What is secondary data collection method? See, secondary data collection method involves gathering data that has already been collected and published by other researchers. Okay, so there may be databases, or we can review the literatures that has already been done, and we can utilize the data of the government sources. Institutional records may be there, and there are online databases also. We can we have the access for the historical data. So the most important thing here is to ensure the accuracy and reliability of the collected data in the data collection method. Okay, that is all about data collection. Now second stage is data cleaning. Okay, what is data cleaning? It is a process of identifying and correcting the errors. See, we have the raw data now. We collected the data with any of the methods of data collection, which is maybe primary method or secondary method. Now we have to clean the data that we have. Okay, which means we have to identify if there is any errors or any inconsistencies or inaccuracies in the data set. Why we are doing this? To ensure its accuracy, its completeness and reliability for the analysis. Okay, so this is the very crucial step that correcting errors, we have to correct the errors, we have to identify the errors and inconsistencies and inaccuracies in the data sets. Okay, also there may be any missing data, we have to handle that. Also removing duplicates or standardizing the data, correcting the errors. Okay, so this is what data cleaning is. Now the second then in the data cleaning here, we have data editing and coding of data. Okay, so what is data editing? Data editing, it refers to the process of making changes, making changes or modifications to the raw data to improve it. Okay, so we are making changes, we are making modifications to the raw data we have. Why we are doing this? To improve its quality. Okay, to improve the quality of the data, to improve the accuracy of the data, and to improve the consistency, also the completeness of the data. Okay, so the next one is coding of data. What is coding? See, data coding means it is a process of assigning numerical or categorical codes. See, we are assigning numerical or categorical codes to represent different categories, different categories or variables or attributes within a data sets. So in a data sets there may be different categories or there may be different variables. For example, here I have provided, see, for coding gender. Okay, in a research, if we have male, female and others as three categories, what the researcher do is code male as 1, code female as 2 and the others as 3. So this is done to organize, to categorize and analyze it more efficiently. Okay, so by coding the data, it allows the researchers to systematically organize and analyze the qualitative data. Okay, so it make it easier to identify the pattern and draw conclusions. Also, it can generate new insights from the data. So it is a crucial step in qualitative data analysis and it can greatly enhance the rigor and validity of the research findings. Okay, so in this example, the male has coded 1, female 2 and others 3. So here if you had a data set with gender information for the participants, you would assign the appropriate code to each individual based on their gender identity. Okay, so this coding scheme allows the researchers to quantify and analyze gender data efficiently while respecting the diversity of gender identities. Okay, now what is data analysis? The next stage of data processing is the data analysis. Okay, so what is data analysis? To extract insights. Okay, to extract insights, patterns and trends, we are doing this data analysis. So data analysis involves a systematic examination or interpretation and manipulation of the collected data. Okay, so here we have to uncover the patterns, or is there any relationship between the variables, or what is the trend and the insights relevant to the research topic or whatever the hypothesis we have set. Okay, so that is about data analysis. Now we have different statistical methods. See, we have different statistical methods for data analysis. That is, the first one is descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, data visualization, machine learning algorithms. So these are the different data analysis techniques we use. There are different softwares for doing the data analysis technique. So coming to the next one, which is data interpretation. Okay, so what is data interpret? We are interpreting the data. We are interpreting the results from the analysis. So it is a process of analyzing the results obtained from data analysis and drawing meaningful conclusions or insights based on the results. Okay, so it involves understanding the implications of the findings in relation to the research question or hypothesis that we have set. Here we identify the patterns or the trends, and also we can discuss the significance of the results, if there is any relationship between the variables or not. Also the interpretation stage is very crucial. because this stage helps the researchers make sense of their data and communicate the implications of this. I have an example for the interpretation part. Okay, just imagine that a research question, which is does the amount of time spent on social media affect the student's academic performance? Which means, is there any relationship or between the time spent on social media or the academic performance of the students? Okay, so the does the amount of the time. Okay, so that is a question. So here we collect the data on students weekly social media usage, maybe in hours. Then also their grades, okay, grade points. So using basic statistical methods that we have already said just before this slide, and we, for example, we plot a scatter diagram. We explore if there is a correlation between the social media time and the results that the person has got. Okay, so that is the interpretation. Now coming to the next one, which is a presentation. So now we have done all the research. We have collected the data, we have coded the data, also edited, corrected all the errors, everything, and we did the research analysis. Okay, then at the last we do the presentation. So we have the results right now. Now we have to convey the findings we obtained from data analysis in a clear, organized and visually appealing manner, okay, to facilitate understanding and interpretation. Okay, so we have different ways to present the data that we got. We can provide reports. Okay, we can plot the results in a graph or a chart or tables. Okay, the presentation can be done in different ways, in by providing diagrams, figures. So there are different methods to provide the or to present the data in visually appealing manner. Okay, now the last one, which is the graphical presentation of data. So now we have to present the data in graphically. So we have bar charts, line charts, pie charts and pictograms. So first one is bar chart. What is bar charts? See, here you can see there is an y-axis and an x-axis. Okay, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Okay, so here it is provided the years 2019, 2020 and 2021 and corresponding different categories. Red bar is the red rectangle, orange and green. See, so these rectangular bars represent the values of each category or the group. Okay, so these bar charts can be useful for presenting the data graphically. Okay, so after bar chart we have line charts. What is line charts? See, line chart is particularly useful for showing trends over time and or across different categories. Okay, so here it is the x-axis and the y-axis. So here plot the lines connecting data points to represent the trend or the relationship. Here each line typically represents a different category or series of data. Okay, so these are the data points. Okay, coming to the next one, which is pie chart. See, the pie chart is a circular statistical graphic that is divided into slices. See, you can see here the red, yellow, green and blue. We have 4 slices here. So this has been divided into slices to illustrate the numerical proportions. So each slice represents a proportion of the whole, with the size of the slice corresponding to the magnitude of the proportion it represents. So here you can see slice number 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is a 360 degree. Okay, so how pie chart is useful? It is useful for conveying simple comparisons and are often used in presentations, reports and publications to make data more accessible and understandable to a wide audience. Okay, so the next one is pictograms. A pictogram is a graphical representation. It is also a graphical representation of the data. Here we use icons or symbols to convey information. See, here we use any kind of pictures or icons or any symbols to convey the informations. See, here instead of using numerical values or labels, pictogram use pictures or symbols that represent the data categories or quantities being compared. Okay. So each picture or symbol in a pictogram typically represents a fixed quantity or unit. So pictograms are often used to make data more visually engaging and accessible, particularly for audience who may have difficulty interpreting numerical data. So this is all about today's video. So till now we have discussed all the data processing stages in research. If you find this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.